This video is brought to you by Rocket Money. Stick around to hear more about the special offer they're providing to the entire Upper Echelon community. Also, version 4 of the digital encryption game is live, hidden in this very video. Good luck to all puzzle hunters. There's a detailed description of what the challenge is on our Discord server. Links are all down below. Alright, today I want to begin with a simple question. What is anonymous? For some, it's just a word, a dictionary-defined term to categorize that which is unknown, but for others, it's an entire ethos. What that ethos is, where it comes from, and how perverse the current understanding has become in recent years could be discussed at length for another video, but the short-form summary is this. Anonymous is a decentralized network of hacktivists working together on a shared collective mission at varying points in time. Anyone can be anonymous, and yet no one is, because anonymous is merely an avatar that represents a wider, non-definable, and infinitely flexible group of people working together with absolute freedom. At times, they have done battle with corporations, targeted sovereign governments, even conducted operations in conflict zones with widespread impact on a global scale. Cultivating their reputation as a terrifying yet somewhat benevolent force in the online world, Anonymous was even named in Time magazine's 2012 list of most influential people, as if that made any sort of technical sense here, but the premise remains that Anonymous, as a collective, was powerful, mysterious, and somewhat organized. At least, that's been my impression of them. In truth, anyone who wants to use the mere word can claim membership in this network in some capacity, which leaves us with a bit of a paradox. How can something assert itself as official in a group where the premise of its very existence, by definition, makes that level of authority impossible? For a number of days now, I found myself puzzling deeply over that thought, and today I'd like to bring you all of my findings. This is Anonymous Official, and my current opinion is that this channel is an interconnected content farm rife with plagiarism of the highest order that fundamentally disrespects the true spirit of Anonymous with deception, greed, and poor decision-making. Let's dive in. Our story begins today with a video. Not too long ago, after an extensive amount of research and effort on the part of myself, one of my Discord administrators named Shino, and my video editor, Williams, I published a video called The Blue Wave Propaganda Bot Network. That video required a tremendous amount of work, time, and money, eventually going on to perform quite well on the channel. I don't get millions of views, I'm not that big. I get tens of thousands, and that video was a standout success in a few different categories, with mid-level viewership in total. That's all well and good, but what happened next was the real hook. Dates don't really matter here, but a number of days ago I started to get messages. Hey, did you see? A channel named Anonymous Official just took your entire video, stripped out your voice, uploaded it to their channel after cropping out all the parts that were more personalized to your audience, swapped the vocals to some sort of AI version, and then monetized it. Yeah, what the fuck? Now, for those that don't know, I have a sort of hardline stance against copyright strikes on YouTube, to put it mildly. I do not file them. Not now, not ever. But seeing my video get stolen completely and monetized in the process to an extent where this plagiarized version was about to surpass my own original in total viewership, well, it made me kind of upset. What's more, the video's description contained a word-for-word copy-paste of my handwritten script, which had just been scraped out and pasted in. Awesome. This put me in a bit of an odd position. On the one hand, I'm quite proud of my stance on copyright, recognizing that the internet should be a place of well-protected freedoms, but on the other, I worked very hard on that video. My editor deserves to be paid, my consultants deserve to be compensated, and I deserve to make a living. Watching this video made me upset, because yes, I was credited in the most minimal way humanly possible, but the truth of the matter is that this enormous channel was monetizing the work of me and my team with no remorse, no meaningful consideration, and in my eyes, a total lack of respect. Not a good feeling. Well, that feeling spurred me to action, and after publicly commenting on the situation in a community post, it became clear that the general public consensus here was in agreement with me. A channel that size, shamelessly stealing content, monetizing it in the process? Yeah, I'm probably not the only one that this has happened to. This part of the investigation was very, very straightforward. Right off the bat, I started to find examples where Anonymous Official had stolen content, either barely credited the true authors in what I would consider to be the smallest way possible, or straight up claimed it as their own. A YouTube channel paradoxically claiming to be the official hub of Anonymous was stealing content from other YouTubers, disrespecting their hard work, and soiling the collective reputation of the group that they claim to be an authority for. Oh, and when they get caught, they just delete the evidence whole scale. What could go wrong? Alright, before going further, it's time for today's video sponsor, which is Rocket Money. Slightly unrelated to the product itself, but I would expect somewhat interesting for certain viewers, Rocket Money has actually been the most accommodating brand I work with when it comes to creative freedom on my end. I made that a priority, a huge one. Some brands took it well, others didn't, and Rocket Money was absolutely on board, which is something I tremendously appreciate. I think that's worth a mention when I talk about their brand. I initially got Rocket Money for one very specific reason: budgeting. They can do quite a bit more than just budgeting, like monitor credit score, bill negotiation, and canceling unwanted subscriptions, but I find it to be the most successful app I have yet used for showing me all my spending habits right in one place, and kind of spurring the realization, as I said last time in the previous sponsorship, that I can be a heck of a lot more responsible with how I spend my money. Rocket Money helped me cancel a few unwanted streaming services. No, not unwanted, but unnecessary, that's for sure. I actually need to cancel one more now once I finish a particular show. If people are curious, that show is Succession. It helped me realize just how expensive it was to have multiple different websites where I buy stock footage for videos and more. But the bottom line is, I personally use the service. I think it is genuinely valuable in what it offers. And for those reasons, I'm happy to accept them as a sponsor and use the money that they give me to try and elevate the content. Rocket Money was formerly known as Truebill. It currently has over 3.4 million members. And if you go to rocketmoney.com/UEG or click the link down below in the description, you can get started for free. Premium subscriptions come with more features, of course. And to reiterate one final time, Rocket Money has supported me in my creative freedom to an admirable degree. Thank you, and make sure to use the link down below if you have any interest at all in their platform. Big thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring the channel. All right, after diving into the project, one thing became abundantly clear. This channel is stealing from dozens of creators almost every single day and has been doing this for years. Hundreds of millions of views, worth more than likely upwards of $1 million in total, have been gained, and that's just what I could measure from Social Blade. Huge amounts of deleted content, 32 million views at a time even. The reality is, those numbers are likely an extreme lowball given how long the channel has been in business and the fact that the stats only go back to May of 2020. Also, they were merchandising and selling things and products in the description during that span of time. I'll keep this part rather short, and I hope everyone will rapidly understand why, but all you need to do is start clicking through their video content library to see what I'm talking about. Be careful, they delete videos in real time whenever someone starts to call out the fact that they were plagiarized. So if you go leave a bunch of comments to say this video was taken from so-and-so, you can probably just watch it get pulled down right in front of your very eyes in real time. Here's a video they stole from a channel named Moon, which is actually the main landing page video on Moon's channel right now. And Moon does excellent work, and everyone should be subscribed to their channel, not Anonymous Official. They seem to have taken videos from End Times Productions. This one right here seemed to have been taken from Truthstream Media. It appears that they routinely grab content from a channel called Video Advice, or Redacted, or Epic Economist, and the list goes on and on. Yes, they sometimes put the smallest amount of credit possible, occasionally, but they also hide your comments as soon as you try to tell viewers that the work they are seeing actually belongs to you. They did that to me, actually. I logged in on a separate account just to double check, and my stuff was hidden after trying to tell people in the comment section that, actually, hey, go check out my channel because that's my work. For anyone who thinks that might not be enough, let's explore just a little bit deeper. Remember, the description they used was copied and pasted from my video script, which I had written myself, and when I started to plug those in, it started to really go downhill. Here's a video they posted about First Republic and a possible banking panic. This exact piece of text, all of it, letter for letter, appears directly in an article on Investment Watch written by a man named Michael Snyder, which is a carbon copy of the script and description content posted by Anonymous Official, proven with text compare here on screen, right down to the typos even. See here, 4 spaces in between sentences before the words, "we are in far more trouble than most people realize," and again, 4 spaces in the exact same location for Anonymous Official. For whatever reason, this content was directly copied, Control-C, and pasted, Control-V. The only difference in these videos is that the watermark has been cropped out and a vignette added from a channel called Epic Economist where it originally was posted. And the exact same text, again verified with text compare, also appears on this page, SHTF plan, but really that's just the beginning. A lot of this video will end up with questions. Who owns this content farm? Why are they choosing to steal from creators so often? But more importantly, what the fuck is going on? Another example of wildly strange connections on display can be seen here. This is a video posted by Anonymous Official in March of 2023 pertaining to US currency, and has a lengthy piece of script in its description. Sound familiar? What's even better though is that it also contains this disclaimer. Quote, "We own commercial licenses for all the content used in this video except parts about the topic that have been used under fair use, and it was fully edited by us. For any concerns, business inquiries, etc., please contact us via email in the About section of the channel." End quote. For reference, I did try to contact them through multiple different emails I could find, one of them dating back multiple years. They never got back to me in any capacity on any of them. That text, part of the content they claim to own fully, was posted on March 23rd, but 2 days later, March 25th, it appears word for word carbon copied in the audio of a broadcast conducted by a company called the Truth Network. This network appears to be under regulation of the FCC by way of its radio licensing, and yet it appears to be directly copying content from a serial plagiarizer on YouTube. I don't know, chicken and egg situation, one of them is copying the other, but it's interesting. Truth Broadcasting is a very old company in North Carolina, dating back to 1985, actually. And when I called them for comment, the woman I spoke to had no idea what was happening and told me that the person I needed to talk to was gone for the next week. Sure, maybe, I don't even know if I believe her, and I'm only asking questions here, but what the fuck is this channel, and why can't I get anyone to speak about it? Believe it or not, this is where I started to get even more interested, and with the help of my colleague, Sick the Cat, my partner for this encryption puzzle we're working on as well, embedded in the video right now, I was able to start getting some answers. I won't detail precisely how, and I certainly won't be showing any screen names or infrastructure, but with his help, I joined Anonymous. To be clear, I did not join them to start working in operations. I joined simply to inquire about whether or not the YouTube channel Anonymous Official has any connection to the largest known hub of anonymous activity online. Before getting to the results of that, however, we need a bit of context. Anonymous Official is a relatively old channel, roughly going back 11 years. In the early stages, it appears to be far more in line with the original ethos of what Anonymous was and still is, but over time, that seemed to change. In 2012, for example, they were posting in defense of the file sharing platform Mega, which, of course, was deeply aligned with the original Anonymous goals. In 2014, the website referenced as the channel's homepage actually did showcase operations that Anonymous performed or participated in, only to then inexplicably transform a few years later into a simple, shameless reposting hub for plagiarized videos. It is my opinion that this channel might actually have been a public-facing outlet for some individuals participating in the Anonymous Collective at some point in time, but now, well, I'll just tell you what I found. After going through various different steps, learning quite a lot from my colleague, Sick the Cat, and joining the IRC rooms of anonops.com, which is a legitimate and widely recognized hub for true anonymous activity, I was able to confirm with two separate operation moderators that Anonymous Official is not linked to them or anyone that they currently are aware of in the collective. Now for the cherry on top, though. Almost every video for the past 3+ years has a particular disclaimer. Content licensed in part by CTD Clip Licensing Group. Seen here and here again, but some of them contain an actual link. Yeah, turns out that this is the licensing arm of CBS News and Paramount, where Anonymous Official, which is not connected to the largest centralized hub of legitimate anonymous activity online from what we could find, is claiming to have licensed their content through Paramount and CBS. That's another paradox. They claim this on videos that they don't own, did not make, and most definitely plagiarized, while also stating that they own the copyright on those videos for that work. Now, in the interest of being as thorough as possible, I also reached out to Paramount and CTD Clip Licensing, and I actually did get a response here right at the end as I was scripting the video. The information is being pushed on to legal. I might get a more detailed response later, probably not, but my distinct impression was that CBS and Paramount, based on the person I talked to, had no idea what this channel is and are not connected to them in terms of content licensing in any capacity. What I can say for certain is that Anonymous Official is one of the most prolific content thieves I've ever seen on the platform. More excitingly, during the production of this video, they deleted their most recent post in real time. Seen here on their Twitter is a video called "Only a Few People on Earth Know About This," but when clicked, it's been deleted. Archived by the Wayback Machine, we can see the description. Remember, they steal the actual script and quite literally paste it in for their own video. And when we search for that in Google, we can find a link to TikTok. Yeah, those words are from a speaker in a lecture, and it serves as yet another example of Anonymous Official bastardizing the very concept of what anonymous should actually stand for. To be fair, anyone in the world can technically participate and become anonymous, but my opinion is that those of us who choose to do so, I say us because I plan to apply for media access to Operation Red Scare, if and when I feel capable of adequately reporting on it and doing justice to the topic, since there is an option for that built into the chat rooms I now have access to. Regardless, those of us who choose to participate in any capacity or brand themselves as affiliated in the slightest form should do so with honor and integrity. Anonymous Official, in what can really only be described as a total abandonment of true internet principles, has built their entire channel on plagiarized content. Yes, they do provide a citation in some circumstances, a minimal one, the most minimal version possible, consisting of 3 words tucked away deep down in the description, but they simultaneously claim to license their content through Paramount and CBS. They even claim that on the video that they took from me, so I know it wasn't licensed by anyone else because it was mine. And they also crop out any relevant watermarks that the original channel puts in, add vignettes to confuse YouTube's content ID system, and monetize the work of other creators with no shame and no respect. We are anonymous. We are legion. Expect us. I like to think that the real collective frowns greatly upon the theft of original content made by hardworking creators purely for profit. I maintain my position that copyright strikes are unacceptable in all circumstances. I don't file them. But so too is building an entire channel on transparent theft. When I tried to respectfully tell my viewers it was my work on display, or respectfully tell their viewers on that video that it was my work they had taken, planning to simply move on and consider the repost maybe a flattering, if not slightly annoying display of laziness on their part, you hid my comments. When I reached out via email, twice, you ignored me. So here I am, starting to look at you more closely, starting to get annoyed, and starting to realize that your behavior is an insult to a collective that once commanded enormous respect online. My personal opinion at this current stage is that the channel may have once been associated with true anonymous activity, only to have either been purchased or taken over by some new third party down the line who has twisted its values beyond recognition. Stop stealing from other YouTubers, or at the very least, add ample credit, backlink appropriately, do not crop out watermarks, and refrain from shadow banning them when they try to let people know that they are in fact the real author of that content. Let's have a modicum of respect and common decency here. That's it. For everyone attempting to compete in the video bounty for today, this is the launch of version 4. This one, like I've been warning, is sink or swim. It will be difficult, it will be complicated, and it will require a substantial amount of effort and time. The prize for this, however, is all of my lingering crypto portfolio, which has been liquidated, converted to Bitcoin with some additions, and placed in a burner address that will be accessible to the winner. They can then transfer the bounty to whatever wallet they choose, but we are no longer using Amazon gift cards. This new method, we hope, will be a substantially better alternative distribution method. There's only one grand prize this time, but we also have a community on Discord with a special area set up just for puzzle hunters. I'll be in there watching as the game unfolds, but be warned, the complexity has evolved dramatically for this. Sink or swim. Winners and high-level competitors will be in the pool to receive some very special items later down the line if we manage to get this thing fully off the ground. Good luck. The links you need are all down below at the bottom of the description. Also, please do check out and support Sick the Cat. He's my partner on this, and he's doing incredible work. If you know any other puzzle hunters who want to start playing, feel free to collaborate and send them our way. We hope that eventually we might have competitions or larger bounties through partnered sponsors specifically for the game. So if you're a company that wants to be on board with this, please do reach out, but that's later down the line. Also linked down below in the description, there is today's video sponsor, of course, some YouTube alternatives, locals, and Patreon. Please do consider a monthly subscription on those platforms. It will boost the quality of content on the channel. It helps tremendously. But yeah, I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching. I don't like content thieves, and have a nice night.